How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael S.K., and welcome back to Chaos Head Noah. Alright, the new generation madness is going, and we are lost, confused, not sure what's going on, but most definitely scared. I think that's the set of emotions that we're feeling right now. Well, we've also been meeting characters. Well, one of them was the main character's little sister, so we have a little sister in this game. But we've also met Yua, so not really sure what her game is. She's a little mysterious, I'd have to say. Stalking us all day, or at least keeping an eye on us all day, following us around, coincidentally being at the same net cafe as us, and then we run into her in the streets. Very curious there. So now she's taking us back to our little shed at the top of this building, or whatever you want to call it, the shipping container, because I guess we're injured from trying to run away from her. Oh, good times. Maybe we are scared, confused, lost, and all of those other emotions. Neither I nor Yua said a word until we got to the building where the base was at. There was no way I could have a real conversation with a girl, especially a 3D one. Ugh. Even if I talked about anime or games or figures, a 3D girl would never try to understand. She'd just tell me I was creepy. And from my perspective, there was no point in talking to worthless girls like that. Yeah, you fucking tell her. I whispered and then watched to see how she reacted. She nodded slightly and then let go of me. I still staggered a little. I ignored her and headed for the building's lobby. I say lobby, but it was really just a narrow hallway leading to some elevators. There was a small staircase, but when I tried to go up it, I felt an incredible pain that almost knocked me over. She ran over to me and grabbed me. Damn it. Was she still here? Well, that sucks. She's gonna see our base of operations, of which is very cringe. For some reason, she seemed really desperate. To be honest, she'd been a big help in getting me this far. My base was on the roof, and to get there, you had to take the elevator to the 8th floor, and then go up a steep staircase. I couldn't have done it on my own, and you know what? I didn't realize all this other stuff that was on the outside here, so there is a washer-dryer unit that I'm seeing, and some cabinets, and an umbrella even, so I would assume maybe that's a cooking station? I guess it's just more utilities to make it so that he can actually live here. The only thing that I'm kind of curious about is a bathroom, a full bathroom. So, where is he doing his business? Where is he getting clean? Yua didn't look that strong, but she'd done everything she could to help me get up. She'd been supporting me for so long that she was out of breath. Yeah. She looked at the shipping container in shock. I guess to most people, living in a shipping container was really weird. Also, how do we deal with AC and heating? Say what now? Yeah, this bitch is weird. I certainly wasn't expecting her to say that. Was she trying to suck up to me? You can't fool me. I'm not letting 3D girls fool me. With her help, I unlocked the padlock and went inside. Please don't look at our shit. Please don't even enter. Whew, I was finally home. What another awful day. I resolved again to never leave my room if I could help it. Haha. Yeah. Why are you here? She'd come right inside my room without bothering to ask. Well, I guess it was because she'd been helping me walk this whole time. But still, I didn't really want her seeing the inside of my room. And there was a whole shelf of figures and H-game boxes on the bed, and garbage all over the floor.
話して。
I waited for her to remove her hand, but she didn't.
床、すごく散らかって。じゃなくて、歩きにくいと思うんですけど、絶対危ないです。ソファーまで行きましょう。そこで話しますから。
In the end, I did as she told me. There were CDs and magazines all over the sofa, but she cleared a spot for me to sit down. She was really kind and considerate. Wait, I wasn't going to let her fool me, not a chance.
平気ですか?
It was just me and her inside the room. The door was still open and a little bit of moonlight was coming in through it, but the room was mostly pitch black. Yeah, apparently not enough black so that she could actually see how messy the floor was, how messy the sofa was, and who knows what else. Let's just hope she can't see as far back as the room actually goes, because that's where all the content is. It was too dark to read the expression on her face, but the fact that I couldn't see her made the sound of Yua's breathing seem almost seductive somehow. Calm down, calm down. I realized that this was the first time I'd let a girl besides my sister into my room, and she was also someone I barely even knew. If this was a game, it would mean she was totally into me. Maybe there'd be a situation where things would keep going, and I'd end up kissing her. But that wasn't what I was expecting. Reality was always cruel, and it wasn't like 2D. This girl wasn't normal either. She was a stalker. How long was she going to keep standing there anyway? Now that she'd seen me home, shouldn't she be going? Then I realized, was she waiting to get me alone so that she could do something horrible to me?
明かりのスイッチは。
パソコンの。
パソコン?
The only light in this room was the desk light next to the computer. I tried to tell her that, but I couldn't.
そうか。デスクライトですね。
Poor lad can't even speak, and neither can I. She carefully dodged around the garbage on the floor as she walked over to the computer desk and turned on the light. I'm so glad that turning on the light also means everything else is like totally on. So we got the computer, we got the game, we have all the documents, we got everything on. The room was finally freed from the darkness. When it was dark, the fact that I couldn't see made me imagine all kinds of different delusions, but being able to see her wasn't much better. I felt twice as embarrassed as before. I fell dead silent and quickly turned my face down. Her sudden gasp startled me, and I looked and saw that she was looking at the figure of Seraton next to my computer monitor.
これって、プラチューのセイラちゃんですよね。
Oh no, she's weird.
知ってるの?
Now, come on, we all know that women don't actually like anime and otaku culture. That's just unreasonable. And totally fiction.
プラチューは大好きで、毎週見てます。セイラちゃんがお好きなんですね。私もヒロインの中では彼女が一番好きなんですよ。衣装も可愛いですし。
There was a note of happiness in her voice. She seemed like she was telling the truth. That was surprising. Was Yua,
不女子.
Alright, I actually don't know what that is. So I've heard it before, but I actually don't know what that is. Girls who enjoy games, anime, doujins, etc. about love between two or more men. So-called yaoi. Oh, don't worry, I've heard of that before. Normal female anime fans are not called fujoshi. Okay. I'm rolling with it. Yeah, let's maybe not insult her. She was just an anime fan, I guess.
あれ、フィギュアって言うんですよね。ちょっと見せてもらってもいいですか？あ、すみません。ずうずうしいこと言っちゃって。もう帰った方がいいですよね。
Yes. She started to bow apologetically.
見ていいよ。
Why are we wanting her to stay? I didn't mind it when somebody complimented my wife. Oh god. I guess I could be a little nice to her.
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
And she picked up Sarah and began to examine her.
それは山陽堂版の覚醒前バージョンなんだ。セーラフィギュアはいくつか種類が出てるけど、最初に出たやつ。
へえ。
あんまりクオリティは高くないよ。顔とか微妙に崩れてるし、ポーズも平凡すぎてあんまりエロくないし。でも服の胸元部分をキャストオフできるのは今のところそれだけなんだ。
Okay, I don't know what that means, so back to the tips list. A popular feature found in female anime figures that started to appear around 2006, where parts such as clothes were made to be easily removable. This enabled purchasers to strip their figures naked, or in some cases close to that. Okay. Now, I'm not much of a figure collector myself. I do have like a couple, and I'm also buying maybe a couple more down the road, maybe, I don't know, cross my fingers. But I'm not really looking into that. It is like really simple shit. So yeah, this is totally new to me.
胸元？
ちなみに僕はセーラフィギュアは4種類全部揃えてるよ。そっちの棚に制服バージョンとメイドバージョン、あと水着バージョンがある。
Okay, don't weird her out now.
そんなに種類が。すごいですね。
一番評価が高いのはメイドバージョンなんだけど、個人的には水着バージョンも悪くないよ。
そうなんですか。見てみたいですね。でもちょっと暗くて。
もうすぐアルファから待望の覚醒後バージョンが出るんだけど、これはかなりクオリティ高そうなんだ。キャストオフも胸元だけじゃなくてほぼ全身可能だっていうし、表情もポーズも質感も言うことなしだね。あとはカラーさえバッチリなら今年発売されたフィギュアの中でも MVP 候補だよ。
アルファ？
メーカーだよ、フィギュアの。
ああ、なるほど。
Suddenly, I gasped. I realized that I'd talked way too much. But he is talking to a woman, and that is new. And about anime figures, too. I also had the feeling I'd said all kinds of really embarrassing things about taking off clothes or sexy poses, too. Oh, don't worry, you definitely did that. I wanted to see what the expression on her face was, but I didn't have the courage. She was probably looking at me like I was a piece of human garbage. My heart was pounding fast as I tried to look away. When she said my name, I turned to face her before I'd realized what I'd done. The look of disgust and contempt I expected, it wasn't there.
さっき言っていた戦闘バージョンとかメイドバージョンも見せてもらっていいですか？
うん。そっちの棚に。
You know, I think this would be like a totally like good move for him and just in general here with this strange character walking into the base. But it is a disaster in here. I cannot, like, I don't know, I'm kind of cringing on the inside, not because he's a complete and utter social fucking mess, but because of how filthy it is in here. I don't know. Am I the only one that's just looking into that fact? You know, fuck all the weeb shit. I didn't know how to react. She was smiling and looking like she was having a great time.
わあ、すごいですね。こんなにたくさん。
As she stared at the shelf of figures, her eyes were smiling brightly. I couldn't believe that a 3D girl could look at these and not be freaked out. Was the world a bigger place than I thought it was? Yes.
メイドセーラちゃんってこれですね。ふむふむ。アニメの印象とはちょっと違うけど、すごく可愛いです。下着までちゃんと作り込んであるんだ。こういうの実物で見たのは初めてですけど、いいですね。私も買ってみようかな。
だったら覚醒後バージョンを予約した方がいいよ。あれは絶対おすすめだから。
そうですね。あなたの話を聞いていたら、その覚醒後バージョンは本気で欲しくなりました。覚醒後って12話のあのシーンのことですよね。
よく知ってますな、お主。かなりのマニアですな。
はい、好きですから。特にあの時の覚醒シーンは毎日録画したものを見返してます。
あのシーンって演出と作画宮地なんだ。だからクオリティ高くて当然。
Oh man, this guy's a huge weeb. or nerd, or one of those terms, I don't know. However I can insult him, I can never really follow, like, who is directing an episode of, like, a show that I'm watching, or who's behind the animation, or whatever. It's something that I don't personally do. I can notice some differences here and there, and notice whenever, like, a big show has a little bit more direction and animation than maybe another episode of the same show. I don't know. I never look into the names. I don't know who's big and who isn't.
宮地？
そういう神クリエイターがいるんだ。あの人の演出はマジで神だよ。アットちゃんの実況版でも神来たってなるし。
そうなんですか。すごく知識が豊富なんですね。私、スタッフが誰かなんてまるで気にしてませんでした。
監督と演出と脚本はチェックしとくといいよ。特に新作なんかはそれを調べるだけで内容の良し悪しが大体予測できるし。
わかりました。今度からそうしてみますね。
She was still smiling at me with her pretty smile. A girl smiling at me? I thought that only happened in age games. I don't know why I find that so funny. That is so silly, though. A woman would never smile at me, only in video games, especially the hentai ones. But now it was happening to me. But whenever 3D girls, especially my little sister, were smiling at me, it's because they were making fun of me. Ah. She was up to something, I knew it. I couldn't forget Saratan's words. Don't believe anybody, don't listen to anything anyone says.
こんなこと聞いていいかどうかわからないんですけど。
何？
She started to fidget a little. She was looking down at the ground, avoiding looking at me in the eye.
聞かせてもらってもいいでしょうか。あなたのお名前。
Wait, we never even did that?
名前？
I realized that she'd introduced herself, but I hadn't.
西条匠。
Suddenly, I felt embarrassed. The words came out quiet and soft.
西条匠くんですね。何年生？
2年。
Okay, so Takumi. I don't know if you guys noticed, but so far in this episode, I've kind of avoided stating his name because, I don't know, I think the main character in Chaos Child is Takuji, so this is Takumi. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, and that's not a spoiler either, by the way, that's just how it is. I don't know what it is with the name similarities. I don't think that's, like, intentional, or maybe it is. I don't know, but it just confuses me. I can't remember shit.
私の方が年上さんですね。
Wait, she's our senpai? That's not good, gamers. That's not good. Should we go for, like, a good delusion here? Like, this seems like a really happy moment, and I kind of don't want to, like, ruin it, so I guess we could go good. Oh no, that moe pose was enough to almost make me pass out. Yeah, let's give him a nice, good delusion here. Was Yua's moe type quiet older girl? She was trying to seduce me. She was dangerous. She was definitely up to something.
それで西条くんにお願いがあるんです。
A request? Don't tell me. Alright, let's see what our lovely fucked up mind can come up with here.
あなたのことが好きなんです。
Oh,
ずっと
I'm not
西条くんの
surprised.
こと見てました。もう見てるだけじゃ嫌なんです。
Her face was now bright red. For some reason, as she talked, she started to take off her jacket. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, wait, whoa, let's back up. Let's back up like 30 steps here. She glanced at me and smiled and then began to take off her skirt as well. I could catch tiny glimpses of her panties from beneath her blouse, excuse me. They were black. She got a lot of points for managing to look embarrassed while doing something so bold, but my brain was having trouble keeping up with these sudden developments. All I could do was watch in awe. She put her hand toward the buttons of her blouse. Starting from the top, she began to undo them one by one. And then she slowly, teasingly, dropped her blouse to the floor. For some reason, she was wearing, underneath it, a competition swimsuit. Ah yes, don't worry, I always wear my sports uniforms underneath my clothes. Skin-tight, high-cut crease. What I thought was black panties was actually a competition swimsuit. Yua looked like a quiet girl, but she actually had really big boobs. Also, good job on not taking the socks off. I think that's what GJ stands for, right? Right? Am I right? Yep, haha. That's not even slang. Is that slang? Maybe using it in, like, actual conversation. But...
私のこと好きにしてください。めちゃくちゃにしていいですから。
All I could do is stand there in shock. No 3D girl would ever do this for a guy she just met. Not normally anyway, it didn't happen. It was hot, but it wasn't moe. I used every ounce of mental strength I had to avoid giving into temptation.
だが断る。
What a lovely line. It just works every time. As I stood there enjoying my delusion, Yua suddenly fell backward and landed on her butt. She was rubbing her behind, looking a little teary-eyed.
すみません。CD を踏んづけちゃったみたいです。ケース割れたかも。本当にごめんなさい。私、きちんと片付けますから。
いいよ。
I just wanted her to go home. But what was that request that she'd asked about a moment ago anyway? Yua started to pick up the trash and CDs around her feet, and even though I just told her not to, she looked so apologetic that I started to feel like I was the bad guy here.
じゃあ、足の踏み場だけでも、確保させてください。すいません。その後で、お願い言いますから。
She seemed like a mom as she moved around, cleaning things up, someone who didn't care about what other people thought, and just ran around doing whatever they wanted. Nosy and annoying. In a situation like this, was I supposed to be helping her? And then, as we both reached for the same piece of garbage, our hands would touch, and we would gasp and gaze into each other's eyes. Wait, this wasn't a romantic comedy, but it could be. No way was I going to help. In the middle of carefully piling up a bunch of magazines, her hand suddenly froze. She was turned away from me and I couldn't see what she was holding.
いえ、気にしないでください。
She seemed really shaken. This was suspicious. I realized that she was in a position to see everything in my room. She might want to steal something. She might even think that there were so many figures, I wouldn't notice if she took one. But I would. I knew all of my wives really well. If one disappeared, I'd notice immediately.
フィギュアには触らないでね。
はい。いえ、違うんです。村中の同人誌っていうんですか？
Uh-oh.
それが落ちてまして、ちょっと中身を見てみたら。
A blood-tuned doujinshi? Oh, that was a naughty one.
すごかったのでびっくりしました。
勝手に見ないでよ。
すいません。
She quickly got back to work, and then when she secured enough room to sit, she turned toward me.
それで、さっき言ったお願いですけど。
Here it was. I gulped as my body tensed up.
さっき言ったフィギュアの予約、一緒に行ってもらえませんか？私、そういうアニメショップみたいなところって今まで行ったことなくて。で、私、なんだかすごくぶしつけなお願いしてますよね。すいません。私のせいで 西条くんは怪我をしたのに。
This was dangerous. I needed to be really careful about how I responded. Sure, she and I had the same hobbies. She said she liked Sarah too. And she listened to the things I said like she actually cared. For an otaku like me, she was an easy person to talk to. But this was a trap. It had to be. This kind of stuff only happened in H games, not in the real world. I couldn't let the 3D world fool me. Think. What was Yua after? Honestly, I have no idea. I just know something's kind of sus. I know something is not right. This is not how a person, like, normally acts. I mean, yeah, sure, she seems a little odd, but come on, this is a little too convenient.
私、西条くんがいろいろ話してくれるのが、嬉しくて。
She bowed to me. Most 3D girls were really bossy and arrogant. She was a rare exception. No 3D girl could possibly be this cute and kind. It was all an act. I was going to say no. I was going to come out and say it clearly like a man. She looked up at me and I could see that her eyes were damp. Was she crying because I didn't say anything? Had I made her cry? Please, anything but that. I'd only ever experienced anything like this in video games. Oh, I know. My heart was pounding really fast. I even felt guilty. I'd always heard people say that girls use tears as a weapon, but only now did I realize that it was true. And to be honest, I didn't know what to do. I just stood there half stammering. I tried to say I'd go with her, but I couldn't. What if I said yes? And then the next thing she said was, "Don't take me seriously, idiot, you're creepy." I was so scared of the idea that I was struck silent.
無理してくれなくていいです。私のわがままに西条くんを付き合わせるのは良くないですし。
Oh, god damn it. Her eyes were even wetter now. It felt like tears could start pouring from her eyes any second.
行くよ。
言ってもらえるんですか?
I nodded helplessly. It was the only way I could think of to get her to stop crying. Excuse me, I had a stroke there. The whole thing felt like a setup, but she let out a sigh of relief and then took off her glasses to wipe away her tears.
断られて当然だと思ってたのに。西条くん、ありがとうございます。
She said thanks. I'd managed to keep her from crying at least. I got lucky, I guess. Whew. Why did this have to be so stressful? Yeah, as socializing can be, my man. You couldn't let your guard down around 3D girls for a minute, damn it.
行くとしたらいつがいいでしょう?
What happened to that sad expression of hers? Now she looked really happy. Maybe she was making it up the whole time. If so, she had a future as an actress.
セイラちゃんの新しいフィギュアはもうすぐ発売なんですよね。
うん。きっとすぐに完売しちゃうだろうね。
だったら早めに行った方が良さそうですね。明日とか。
According to my schedule, tomorrow was a school day. This week I had to go three times, excuse me. Of course, that meant next week I only went twice. Tomorrow was going to be an even worse day than I thought. But Yua looked really excited, and if I told her I changed my mind now, she might cry again. She had me in her clutches.
わかったよ。
I reluctantly agreed. Yua looked happy. But she couldn't fool me, okay?
西条くんは何組? 明日放課後に迎えに行きますよ。
B 組。
2年 B 組ですね。じゃあ授業が終わったら待っててください。
I nodded, hoping I could get her to leave. I was going somewhere with a girl. This wasn't a dream or a delusion, was it? No, not this part. I tried pinching myself. It hurt.
それじゃあ長い間お邪魔しちゃってすいませんでした。足、もし痛かったらお医者さんに行ってくださいね。
あ、うん。
I sat on the sofa and watched her go. Just before she left, she turned and waved at me.
西条くん、また明日。
Well, that was weird.
また明日だってさ。しかも手を振ったりして。
I felt a grin coming on, but I forced myself to stop.
あの女絶対僕に惚れてる。間違いないね。
Why are you getting all
付き合う
creepy?
か付き合わないかは僕に選択肢があるわけだし、あの女を情け容赦なく振ってやるさ。お前は僕の女にふさわしくない。セイラよりいい女になって出直してこい。まあ、一生無理だけどな。何しろセイラは永遠の17歳だからな。みたいな。
Oh, my man, come on, just stop talking and maybe just go to sleep. No girl could be better than Saratan. I picked up the figure and rubbed it against my cheeks. Saratan looked happy. Oh no, don't go into delusional mode again. Not with her.
おっと、時間か。今のところテストに出るからな。ちゃんとノート書いておけよ。今日はここまで。起立。礼。
Oh, school. Exactly how I remember it, Japanese and all. The math teacher, what was their name again? Well, it didn't matter. He left the room and the school day came to an end. The other students were all talking about where to go after school or heading off to their clubs or teams. Most of them immediately got ready to go home. Normally, as soon as the last chime rung, I would put my things together and go home. But today, I stayed in my seat, trying my best not to look at any of the other students. Today I was meeting Yua. Normally a date with a girl would be a what situation? Hold on. Mid-2000s Japanese net slang for hopeful and excited. Alright, well, I definitely would not have guessed that. But for me, for today, it was just depressing. My nerves were all jittery, my stomach hurt. I'd never agreed to go anywhere with a girl, and I didn't know what to do. Memories from freshman year. I remember those exact feelings, nervousness and all. All for a girl. Good times, right guys? Would she even come? Maybe the whole thing yesterday was a prank, and she was watching me from the shadows and laughing, I thought. In a way, that might be better than if she actually did come. Wait, did I even need to wait for her at all? Couldn't I just ditch her and go home? Yeah, that was the way. She was in a different grade than me anyway. If I ditched her here, we'd never meet again. I made my decision and stood up. Oh.
たく、何してんだ?
Someone slapped me on my back hard. I didn't need to turn around to see who it was. The only person in the class weird enough to talk to me was Misumi.
お前帰らないのか? いつもならチャイムが鳴ると同時に消えるのによ。俺密かに匠の音速直帰って名付けてたんだぜ。
もう帰るよ。
誰か待ってるとか。
え?
How did you know?
なんだよ、図星かよ。
どうして?
なんだかやけにそわそわしてたからな。教室の入り口をさっきから何度も気にしてるし。
He was perceptive, but I needed to be careful with what I said. Don't forget, Takumi, your goal is to stand out at school as little as possible. You have to be like the air itself.
別に誰も待ってないよ。
そうか? だったら今の間はなんだよ。
それは。
Crap. Misumi wasn't a bad guy, but he could be really annoying at times like this. Read the room, jerk.
Nishijo-kun?
My whole body froze. Oh yeah, this is bound to be interesting. I turned toward the voice, feeling sheer terror. Yua was standing timidly at the door. Oh no, thanks to Misumi, I lost my chance to run away.
おい、なんだりゃ? どういうことだ?
It might have been the first time I'd seen Misumi freak out like this. He wrapped an arm around my shoulder, pulled me in close, and looked me in the eye.
おい、タク、どういうことか説明しろよ。
Bro, I don't even know myself, and I'm the fucking reader.
お前の彼女か?
違うよ。
I told him 1,000 times that I didn't have any interest in 3D girls.
だったら何なんだよ。言っとくが、タクの姉ちゃんとかそういうオチは期待してねえからな。引きこもりのくせに何をどうやったらあんないい女と知り合えるんだ。
昨日急につきまとわれて。
そりゃつまりあれか、逆難されたってことか。え、この。
He grabbed me by the jaw and shook me for a second before finally letting me go.
そうか。世の中には物好きってのもいるんだな。けどタクがまともな性癖を持ってたみたいで少し安心したぜ。
性癖って、それに彼女とは別に何も。
そうか、頑張れよタク。
Misumi wasn't listening to me. He was all excited now and slapping my back harder than before. He was definitely teasing me.
安心しろって。お前の女を寝取ったりしねえから。
だからそういう関係じゃ。
Yeah, she is still waiting here. She's just
ほら、
standing
さっさと
there.
行けよ。彼女、お待ちかねみたいだぜ。
He pushed me in her direction and I began to slowly walk forward. I guess I didn't get to run away after all.
迎えに来たの迷惑でした？
いや。
It sure as hell was. I looked back at Misumi and he was grinning and giving me the finger. I couldn't tell if he was cheering me on or trying to start a fight. There was no point in trying to deal with him anymore, so I decided to just leave the school. Fair enough.
すいません。昨日会ったばかりなのに、こんなお願いをしてしまって。
Oh, it's all good. It really is. Okay, so a little earlier than I wanted to, but we're gonna end the episode here. I don't know if you guys could tell, I'm feeling a little, or sounding a little, ugh. I think it's just allergies. Tis the season, if you will, but when is it not? So, we'll end the episode a little early this time around, and, next time we'll go reserve a figure. Yeah. That's something I can't do. Not physically, like, in a store. I don't have accessibility to that. Unless I want to go online or something, but definitely can't just walk into a store around here and do that. So that's a neat little thing they get to do together, man and woman, Takumi and a woman that exists physically. So, you know, there's a lot to look forward to, I think, in the next episode, to be totally real with you guys. Anyways, thank you all for watching this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.